I need you to believe these things right now. I am fabulous. I am a hip hop, you know what I mean? I am that thing, that next great thing. Go, join me, make me laugh.
I think the origins for me, why I'm doing this, started back after the mudslides a year and a half ago here in Santa Barbara. My house was in the middle of all that. And I got a call from some local teens who wanted to try and do something. They'd been told they couldn't. So they decided they wanted to do something that would raise money to help the efforts to not only find those missing, but help those who were doing the searching. And it worked. They raised $70,000. And for me, it was just a big turn on to see the depth of talent that was all around me here in town and the level of social awareness that the kids had, that they wanted to help each other, that they wanted to help the Santa Barbara. And that has continued. That spirit has continued until now. And so when Janet Adderley asked me to help create a Footloose 35th anniversary performance, I said, yeah, but I want the best of the best.
We've got seriously focused, unbelievably gifted kids from 4 different cities to bring this together so that in support of him, in support of helping him help them. I sound like Jerry Maguire, but it's absolutely the truth. After seeing the amazing philanthropic work that the teens did with Teen Sing and Kenny Loggins' unbelievable mentorship and selfless support of these kids, lifting them up, you know, aspiring to their creative dreams, but then also giving back that layered approach to an evening that was for the community, right? Well, that got me thinking that Kenny and I could collaborate on doing something even more substantial as sort of Teen Sing 2 or Teen Sing Reboot, but incorporating the music of Footloose in honor of the 35th anniversary. Wakanda, you got it. Wakanda forever.
Doing this huge show that gives back to the community is just, it really feels good. And especially with Kenny, he's like such a giving man, so he's definitely like, this is just so awesome to be a part of.
We were sitting around one day, I don't know when it happened, we were like, this is sort of the follow-up, you know, it's for unity and it's teens and young kids getting together, and of course Kenny is involved again, which is such a treat.
Do that again.
3, because each time. It's so important to reach out to our community and to help Unity, a charity so important like that, and to really give some love back to our community.
This Kenny Loggins experience is above and beyond anything Adderley's ever done. It's more intense, it is more fast-paced. Just to be surrounded by a bunch of people that think the same way as me, who love the arts as much as I do and are just as talented, it's just a really wonderful experience.
Yeah.
My baby may not be rich. He's watching every dime.
We've only been together for about a week, and just we've come so far already. It's just really awesome to be able to go so fast because everybody, is on the same page at all times, and everybody gets it done. We're a team, we're a family.
That's your first time
Great job, honey.
singing it and doing it.
Kenny is a really special director. He's in this stage of his career where he's a mentor, and he really, really wants to pass on this gift that he's been given, this fantastic multi-decade career.
So, Hunter,
Yeah.
on your low notes, I've filled my life in secrecy. When you go to secrecy,
He's
can you back up?
the kind of person to, when he's talking to you, give you so much attention and
like
deep
that even
concentration. He makes you feel so special, and that is essential with teaching young people because they don't know. There's so much self-doubt, and when you speak to them in a way that's like, oh, you're important, then they will do 1,000 times better. I've seen it like constantly.
I feel like when I'm in there, he's like someone that really gets me. So like when we're talking, we always like finish each other's sentences like, oh, can you like do this more of a melody? And I'm like, oh, I got you. And then we jump on it, and it's just so amazing working with him.
There we go.
He creates this fun and this joy and this urgency to be excellent and to make really great music and enjoy it while it's happening.
Good thing I'm not rolling.
That's one for the documentary.
Every time I work with Kenny, it's never dull. It's never boring, and he'll hear something come out of me that I wouldn't necessarily hear, and he'll say, "Let's chase that. Let's develop that." He develops ideas as a wonderful arranger and creator he is.
It's just an unreal experience to be working with such a legend and such like a wonderful performer, and to be able to work with other people who love music and love acting and dancing. And as you said, like when we turned Footloose on, everybody started dancing, and when somebody starts dancing, everybody just starts feeding off the energy, and everybody just gets so excited.
Janet is such an unbelievable director. I met her 2 or 3 years ago, and just right off the bat, it was like, wow. I mean, she exudes this energy, and working with her, she has that same sort of drive as Kenny to get the absolute best out of whoever she's working with, and she does every single time.
Baby, sing. Do it again. Get out of your head, baby girl. Get out of your head. Open those eyes.
But the dance was good.
I've known Janet since I was like 5 years old, so she's been a really big part of my life. Doing all the musical theater shows with her. I mean, she's really prepared me for what is to come. And also her and Kenny, I feel like she's the girl version of Kenny. Like they really bounce off of each other, like they're like the same person. So they're really great to work with.
After the mudslide, I feel like Adderley became my second home, or my first home since I lost my home. And Janet's given me so much confidence. It fills the void of not having someone there to help me every day.
Janet is kind of that for you?
Janet is kind of that when she's in town, yes.
Everybody's in your corner. Everybody's rooting for you, okay? So hopefully you root for yourself. You show up, okay? Anybody else? I'm so glad we had this time. Don't forget to pull your ear. You gotta pull your ear. Have a laugh or sing a song.
Janet is always talking about how intention is one of the most important things in acting and theater. Why isn't it the same in real life? It's so important to know that the reason you're doing it is because you love it, because you love the people you're doing it with, and people are enjoying it. I've always loved the arts because people laugh, people cry, it's cathartic. It's cathartic, and it's cathartic as an actor too, to be able to be on stage and say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. Do you feel the same way? And get that response back.
I can't believe it's still around. You know, when we did it, Footloose was a project that was brought to me by Dean Pitchford. Dean wrote the screenplay. And he said, hey, can you check out my screenplay and maybe write a song or two with me? I had a melody in my back pocket, which was the start of Footloose. And it was something I thought I would never get to. And I imagined Footloose to be in the barroom scene about halfway through the film. So when I got to the premiere, it was at the beginning of the movie, and all the feet tapping and the whole thing, and they used Footloose for that. And the Dean leans over and says, home run. Yeah, we knew we had it from that point on.
Kenny is our hometown hero, and so it's been amazing for me to watch the difference between, you know, the Santa Barbara, oh, he's just Kenny. And then the parents and the children that are coming from other places with tears in their eyes telling these stories about how Kenny Loggins was his music was in the fabric of their lives, and that my dad, you know, at my, you know, father-daughter dance at my wedding was Celebrate Me Home with tears in their eyes.
I want you to start a hair later. 3, 4. If she stumbles on your holy path, do you have to reprimand?
I love your approach. I love the acting thing you've got.
Thank you.
Mama
said to me, yes, sure.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Boy, howdy.
Howdy, partner.
The more mentoring I do, the better I feel about it, and it's helping me get back into my creative process. Because I've kind of been out of it because of the music industry and the way things go, and you get older and it's like, well, there's no real market for me, so what do I do? And I found that the mentorship thing was a way to stay in the creative flow for me and to keep my heart open and to keep the creativity moving through me.
I'm very rarely, you know, at a loss of words, right? I cannot put into words how important it is to me for these kids that I want to sprinkle a little fairy dust on and help them on their way, that I have a partner in crime like Kenny Loggins with his absolute humility and grace with these kids. There are no words.